Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, everybody on your feet, because it's time for another round of Will Timmy Eat It? We've brought back Timmy, the world's pickiest eater, for today's exciting game. Here are the rules. I'll give you 3 hints about what Timmy won't eat, then I'll show you several different dishes. If you think Timmy will eat the dish, give me 2 thumbs up. But if you think Timmy won't eat it, then give me 2 thumbs down. If you're wrong, take a seat. But if you get it right, stay standing. Everybody got it? Great! Let's begin. Here are your 3 hints for today's game. Timmy will not eat anything that swims. Timmy will not eat anything that flies. Timmy will not eat anything purple. All right, here's our first dish for the day. It's salmon. Will Timmy eat it? Remember, 2 thumbs up if you think Timmy will eat it, and 2 thumbs down if you don't. Time's up! Since salmon swims, Timmy will definitely not eat it. All right, let's try another. Looks like we have grapes. Will Timmy eat it? It's time to decide. Thumbs up or down. Time's up! Since these grapes are purple, Timmy will definitely not eat it. Okay, let's see our next dish. It looks like we have an ostrich egg. What do you think? Will Timmy eat it? Time's up! Since ostriches do not fly, Timmy will eat it. Looks like our next dish is eggplant. Will Timmy eat it? Time's up! Since eggplant is purple, Timmy will definitely not eat it. All right, let's try another. Looks like we have sushi. Will Timmy eat it? It's time to decide. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Time's up! Since sushi is made from fish and fish swim, Timmy will definitely not eat it. Okay, we've got 2 rounds left. Our next dish is Brussels sprouts. Will Timmy eat it? Time's up! Believe it or not, Timmy will actually eat Brussels sprouts. Okay, everyone, this is our final round. Our last dish is pizza. Will Timmy eat it? It's time to decide. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Time's up! Timmy will definitely eat pizza. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for playing. Will Timmy eat it?
Oh, hey guys, check it out. I got a new mode of transportation. That's right, it's a pogo stick, and it's pretty cool. It helps me get around in a different way. Instead of using wheels, I jump up and down on it, and it gets me where I want to go. Hey, you're probably wondering, what happened to my scooter? Well, it's an interesting story. I was outside yesterday, and my neighbor, who was 7, saw my scooter and loved it so much that I gave it to him. Now, he can ride wherever he wants. It was pretty cool, but I'm not gonna lie, I do miss the scooter. This pogo stick is challenging to ride, but I'm learning to be content. If you remember, contentment is learning to be okay with what you have. You see, when we're content, it changes the way we see the world around us. It allows us to see what others need, and it makes us want to do something to help. In our story today, we're going to learn how a group of people who are learning to be content also learned that they can give some of it away to help others. So let's check out this story as I learn how to continue using this pogo stick, jumping stick, death trap. Let's see what happens, okay? Here we go. It's gonna be a tough one, I think. Hey, I'll see you in a little bit.
Isaiah 41:10.
My name's Erica, and I'm here to talk to you about contentment. Contentment is learning to be okay with what you have. And I mean, whatever you have. Let's take bicycles, for instance. You can be content if you have the best bicycle in the world. Like this one. This is top of the line. You could climb a mountain with this bike, and if you get tired of pedaling, it's got a motor that kicks in that helps you keep moving. Or maybe you have a bike like this. You can be content with an old used bike that's been around the block a few times. It may not shine like a brand new bike, but it gets the job done. But here's something that will really surprise you. That's right. You can be content with having no bike at all. It's true! Not everyone in the world has a bike, and lots of those people are quite content without one. In fact, you can be content even if all you have is a box of bike parts. I mean, there's so many uses for a box of bike parts, right? I'm big and you're small. Hey, big guy, are you gearing up for a fight? In today's story, we'll hear about the next step after contentment. I think you'll get a real kick out of this story. This is a kickstand. So many uses. Man! All right, I'll see you next time.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 8, verses 1 through 5.
As Sarah entered the cafeteria, bagged lunch in hand, Grace waved her over.
Hey, Sarah, we figured out the service project thing.
Sarah slid into the seat beside Grace, across from Cassie and Rochelle. All three of them sported expensive salon haircuts and manicures. Sarah tried to smooth down her own frizzy hair. She was glad that St. Joseph's School requires uniforms, because at least her clothes looked like what everyone else was wearing.
Oh, right, the project for social studies?
Miss Moss had required that individual groups find a service project to do during the holiday season.
I looked through Miss Moss's list. This one's perfect.
Grace showed her tablet screen to Sarah.
Helping a refugee family? That's a great idea.
Yeah, we can just buy them stuff from this list and send it to their new home.
Where is the...
Sarah looked at the table again, trying to decipher the name on the page.
Where is the KMB family living? Somewhere over on the east side, like Grove or some place with those rundown houses.
Sarah swallowed hard. She lived on the east side when she moved in with her grandma. It was only because of a scholarship that she was able to attend St. Joseph's School.
It says here the family needs 3 sets of sheets. Oh, I know! You've seen those ads for tufted owl sheets? They're supposed to be the best.
Sarah's eyes widened.
Aren't those sheets like $200?
That's cool. My dad will give me the money.
They need dishes. I'll order a full set from Macy's. My mom has a platinum card there.
I'll get them a TV. Perfect way to learn English, right?
Enter a credit card number and boom, service project done.
The girls turned to Sarah, who avoided their eyes by staring at the list of needs on the tablet.
Hey, Sarah, what are you gonna send? They need winter coats. I saw these awesome tailored down jackets on sale for like $125.
I don't know. I'll text you all later.
That evening at dinner, Sarah barely touched her spaghetti. Grandma peered across the table, her eyes bright under her wiry white hair.
Now, what's wrong, Sarah?
Oh, it's this service project I have to do for school. We're supposed to help this refugee family that's moving into a house over on the Grove. The Kayembes.
That sounds like a lovely idea.
Yeah, but everyone else is ordering stuff for them. Expensive sheets and TVs and things. The only money I have right now is for bus fare. What am I gonna give?
You don't have to have a lot to give a lot.
You didn't answer my question.
Grandma smiled and reached for the worn Bible that always sat on the kitchen table.
No, but St. Paul will.
Sarah knew that once Grandma got a scripture passage stuck in her mind, there was no stopping her from reading it.
Okay, fine. I'm listening.
Let's see. It's right here in 2 Corinthians. Paul was writing to a group of churches. We want you to know about the grace that God has given to the churches in Macedonia. They have suffered a great deal, but in their suffering, their joy was more than full. Even though they were very poor, they gave very freely. In fact, they gave even more than they could. Completely on their own, they begged us for the chance to share in serving the Lord's people in that way.
But that's still talking about money. The churches gave money.
Listen with your heart. They gave from what they had, and they did it with joy.
Well, what I have is not money.
But you've got other things.
Okay, I'm good at baking. I know how to use the bus and get around. I have time, I guess.
Grandma beamed and her face crinkled.
All good things.
Reluctantly, Sarah smiled back.
Okay, I'll make a list.
Next morning, Sarah's friends crowded around her locker.
Hey, have you decided what you're gonna buy?
Well, I thought maybe the Kayembe family needs more than just stuff.
Like how?
Maybe they need help. You know, like finding the library, figuring out the bus system. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. But I do. And I Googled and found a number for their caseworker, and she said we could help the Cayembes decorate their new home for Christmas.
Oh, that's a really cool idea.
I found this awesome video that shows how to make Christmas ornaments from salt dough that you shape and bake and paint. You all could come to my place and help.
Sure, that'd be great.
I mean, it's a tiny apartment kitchen and all.
You tell us what to do, we'll do it.
Sarah breathed a sigh of relief. Maybe she couldn't send $200 sheets, but she could use her time and creativity, and even her grandma's tiny kitchen, to help welcome a new family to her neighborhood.
The people in the Macedonian churches didn't have a lot, and yet somehow they were okay with that. They were content. And it was that contentment that made them want to share their time, talents, and resources with others. You see, when you learn how to be content, it makes you really see all the good things you have. You learn to be thankful for what you've been given, and the more thankful you are, the more likely you'll want to share what you have with someone else. Like, maybe I could share these bicycle parts. You know, I'll bet there's a bike somewhere that's falling over somewhere because they need a kickstand. I could give this to that bike. Or someone might need, to replace their chain because theirs is old and rusted or broken. Let's see. These might even help someone hold onto their handlebars a little bit tighter. I could give all these parts away and help a lot of people. You know, we all have something we can give. Maybe you don't have a lot, but you've got something. You may have money or stuff, or you may have strength to help your family around the house with chores. You may have talent to make people happy, or you can have time to spend with people who don't want to be alone. Honestly, you'll truly start to see what you have to give when you learn how to be content. The Apostle Paul wrote that he learned to be content through the power of Christ, who gave him strength. When you put your trust in Jesus, he can give you that strength too. The one thing to remember today is this: you can always use what you have to help someone else. So think about all you have to give and be thankful. Don't forget what I've spoke in. Get it? This is a spoke. See you around, because it's a wheel. Bye!
And just like the people in Macedonia, we can use what we have to help others. We can begin by finding joy and contentment in our relationship with God, remembering that God loves us and is always with us. Then we can pay attention to the unique ways God made us and think about how we can use our time, talents, and creativity to help the people around us. Then we'll be able to fully give and serve. Our bottom line today helps us remember that you can always use what you have to help someone else. Repeat that with me, okay? You can always use what you have to help someone else. Wow, I think it's awesome that we can use so many things that we already have to help other people. We can always choose to treat others the way we want to be treated, no matter who we are. God has given you something that you can use to lend a hand. So don't forget our bottom line. You can always use what you have to help someone else. The people in Macedonian churches didn't have a lot, but they were content. That's what made them want to share what they had with other people. And we can live the same way today as well. It would be easy for us to think, I'm not sure I have that much to give. But the truth is, God has given us time, He's given us talents, and He's given us creativity that we can use to make a big difference. First, we can remember to be content and thankful for all that God has in our lives. That will make us want to use what we have to share God's love with other people. Remember what Paul said the secret of being content is? He wrote in Philippians chapter 4:13, and he says, I can do all of this by the power of Christ who gives me strength. And you can find that same strength when you put your trust in Jesus. You can find contentment in your relationship with Him. The truth is, all of us can struggle with wanting more and more things, can't we? But we have to remember that we will only find true contentment in our relationship with God. Our memory verse for this month helps us remember that and be thankful. We can find it in Luke chapter 12, verse 15. Let's read it together, okay? Then he said to them, "Watch out. Be on your guard against wanting to have more and more things. Life is not made up of how much a person has." Man, that's a big lesson for all of us to learn, isn't it? Hey friends, we've come to the end of another great time together, and I'm grateful that we've learned how to be content. Now, we need to take some time this week and practice giving some of what we have away to someone else who needs it. And I'm going to continue working on this pogo stick, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye, everybody. Bye. Let me try this again, okay? Here we go. Ready? All right.
What does it feel like when you really, really want something? You think about it all the time. Maybe you save up every penny you can earn. Or you beg your parents, "Please, please, please, I'll never ask for anything ever again." Whether it's a toy or a game or a pair of shoes or even some kind of lesson, it feels like everything will be perfect if only you can have it. And sometimes finally, you get it. Yeah! At first, it's great. Everything you hoped for. But then that new toy or game or pair of shoes or an experience, it starts to get old. It's less exciting. Maybe even it breaks. Now you're bored. You want something else new. And it happens over and over and over again. But here's the amazing thing. God's given you a superpower to defeat the cycle. Instead of always focusing on something new, something you don't have, fix your eyes on what you do have. Ask God to help you see the value and fun in whatever it is you have now. That vintage game, that pair of kicks with serious character, that you've got time to kick the soccer ball around with your mom or dad, even if you can't be on that expensive traveling team. Choosing contentment doesn't mean you can never have new things or exciting experiences. But it does mean you can find things to love in your life right now as it is. And when you do that, others can see God at work in you. And that's why choosing contentment is an amazing way to worship God with your life. Because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.